To my presentation. Now I'm going to read out an article from the Daily Star. I feel like the king of the world. Mountaineer Shakil reflects on his C2 summit expedition. This article is written by Abir Hussain. Like many Ikramul Hassan, Shakil has assumed many roles. When asked to introduce himself, he first mentioned his involvement with the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP) as a youth advocate to raise awareness about the perils of plastic pollution, and then expanded on his literary journey as an author of 8 books. Yet Shakil is best known as Mountaineer, but to describe him as just that is a disservice to the insurmountable feats he has gone on to conquer. His latest expedition, perhaps the best, encapsulates his fervency, an adventure of epic proportions that has only been repeated once before by Australian mountaineer Tim Marcarney-Snape. It is a feat that he propelled Shakil into status of a national hero and etched his name in history. The C2 Summit expedition is distinct in he climbed atop Mount Everest, having begun his journey from Inani Beach at Cox's Bazar, covering approximately 1400 kilometers on foot and swimming across the Jamuna River. Shakil's journey was not merely a test of perseverance, it's a testament of indomitable spirit of human physique. We sat down with Shakil to have him elaborate on his journey, flesh out his message against plastic pollution, and discuss the support required to push mountaineering forward. While the entire expedition took me 84 days to complete, it took me 64 days to reach the base camp. From where I began the climb to get the base camp, I had to swim across the Jamuna River because I was not granted permission to walk on the Jamuna Bridge, despite trying till the very last minute, said Shakil. I went from Bangla Banda to Fulbari, where I spent night at a friend's place. The next day, I began my journey again. Eventually, I arrived Pani Tanki near the India-Nepal border. I couldn't. Here is the picture of climbing moment. Immediately crossed the border. Then, as it had gotten pretty late when I arrived there, I stayed at Nakshalbari at the home of an auto rickshaw driver. They were really welcoming and accepted me once of their own. He said the auto rickshaw driver wife treated me like her own son. When I left their place, she kept telling me that I have my mother's blessing, referring to herself. After crossing 8 districts in Nepal, Shakil finally arrived at the Everest Base Camp on April 29, where his main journey began. He set out on his expedition on May 6 late into night and made his way to Kambu Icefall, which was referred to as one of the most challenging places of Mount Everest. Nonetheless, Shakil made way past the region, advancing through the first and second camp on to the third, from where he descended back to previous camp. We have to let our body adjust. The higher we climb, he explained after going back to second camp. We descended even further back to the base camp because I had exposed myself to atmosphere at an altitude of 7,000 meters. My body had somewhat acclaimed to it. On May 15, Shakil, along with his Sharps guide, advanced directly towards the second camp again, from where they progressed to the third camp before the break of dawn. On May 18, Shakil marched towards fourth camp. It was right before Camp 4. That was the corpse right after crossing. I recognized the body. It belonged to a mountaineer I had spent time with at the base camp. It shocked me, Shakil said. Although Shakil had made commendable progress by then, the journey was far from over. He had to overcome more obstacles, notably the harsh and unpredictable weather. Shakil recalled running into people who had left for expedition before they did, climbing back down due to the harsh weather, and were advancing with them also began retreating. At a certain point, I got a little shirt right around South Summit, whether I got really bad to point whether I couldn't see anything due to a white coat. Not only was it very windy, but where was also snowfall. I began to doubt whether or not I couldn't even make it to top, he recollected. However, Shakil, he had to preserve with whatever willpower he had left. I had carried the Bangladeshi flag with me all the way from Inani Beach. I had to hoist up at the peak, he asserted. Even there, a barrage of hurdles awaited him, a rope crossing at Hillary step, and uncertainty that imposed yet another reminder of what at stake: survival. There was only one of two options: either I make it to the top or die trying, he said. Against all odds, however, Shakil made history. He made it to the summit. What awaited even at the peak was frostbite on his hand and snow and blindness. Shakil knew he didn't have moment to spare. He had to descend quickly. It wasn't until he made back it to base camp that it occurred to him incredible feat he achieved. And everyone asked me, I felt at summit. The answer still evades me, he said. This what and I fought so much for, and I made it to the top of the world. I felt like the king of the world. While Shakil's expedition in itself is exemplary, its significance and reinforced by the message at the heart of it. Through the journey, he sought to raise awareness about plastic pollution and the effects of which he encountered throughout. As I walked their entire path, I wanted to point out that the volume of plastic we see strewn everywhere can be curbed if each one of us spared a second was not dispose of it just anywhere. And that starts with being aware, Shakil affirmed. My primary goal is to remind everyone that if I can walk all the way to summit of Mount Everest, why can't we all be a little more mindful about disposing plastic? He asked. Our conversation then focused on what measures he took, both physical and mental, to prepare for explanation. He emphasized that mountaineering as a sport might just require more mental strength than mere physically. To be able to maintain composure under harsh condition, which is constant throughout any of our expedition, is a requirement, Shakil said. Additionally, he also trains regularly with his routine consisting of running, face and exercise, being mindful about his diet. Shakil also discussed the many challenges he faced before undertaking the expedition. One of the biggest challenges I faced I was sponsorship. My journey was a costly one, and securing adequate financial support proved to be difficult, he lamented. Shakil also had to overcome hurdles in terms visa processing. When I applied for Shark visa, I was rejected 4 times. He said I had to wait till the last minute to get. I might have gotten the visa, but others might not be able to get it. What about them? If we don't receive support from government institution, it becomes difficult for to represent our nation. Shakil consistently underpinned the significance of institutional support for mountaineers, as it is a sport that not only requires them to travel abroad but also demands economic assistance. Thus, he urged to all establishments to extend their support to mountaineers and the sport. On the other thing that he sought to bring attention to the beauty of Bangladesh and the potential it has to become a hub for tourism. Despite the recently deaths and spends and throughout the nation, the mountaineers believes we are unable to leverage it. I wanted to divert more attention towards Cox's Bazar through my expedition. If anyone seeks to find out where I started my journey from, they will be directed there, which could translate to genuine interest. He elaborated, I wanted to be global ambassador on behalf of my country and the youth. To conclude, Shakil reiterated that there is a distinct mountain Everest we all seek to conquer, and we mustn't forego these dreams even in the face of adversity. As for mountaineering itself, he stressed the risk involved with the sport, which why anyone who intends to pursue it must do so with a degree of vigilance, intention and well thought out of plan. It's usually a life or death situation. We unfortunately witness deaths all the time in this sport. Thus, one must prepare themselves mentally to become mountaineer, undertake training, and not jump right into it. My advice to youth is to stick to a plan, he concluded. Again, I would like to picture of Shakil.